Welcome to the second day of the Hero World League final from Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium, New Delhi. It's a Pool B fixture between Belgium and Argentina. Belgium losing out on their opening encounter yesterday against Australia, 2-3, whereas Argentina were most impressive in the way that they performed against Netherlands, winning 5-2. And that will make for a very promising match this evening. This is the way that things have happened. It's a much better day in terms of weather. It's a clearer day. There's a little bit more sun out in New Delhi. As you can see, the India Gate in the far distance. And that should make for some good conditions for both teams. Belgium in what has now become a pretty familiar away color for them in black, and up against them in their familiar Albi Celeste uniforms, the Los Leones as they're called. So it's the Battle of the Lions. The Belgians also go by the nickname the Red Lions, and they have no shortage of support either. Those very useful sticks which allow you to paint the flags of the appropriate color of the desired country. The first course of action, as always, will be the national anthems, beginning, of course, with the home team for this particular team, for this match, Belgium. It was indeed an amazing performance on Friday evening, Friday afternoon rather, when the Argentinians faced Netherlands, who do not play a very dissimilar style of play from the opponents that they're facing today. Netherlands, of course, world number 3, Belgium, world number 5. And the way that Argentina played showed a lot of discipline about their game and made sure that they got a 5-2 victory, which is why they are top of the table. A greater goal difference than Australia, who also got that victory against Belgium by a margin of 3-2. So Belgium and Netherlands have it all to do. But let's not forget that for all teams here, even if they lose all their matches, there's every chance of going through. Now the teams, Belgium, of course, they have in goal Vincent van Asch, who had a good game, even though he wound up on the losing side. John Domen, their skipper, in his 253rd cap, just 25 years of age, but tons of experience. And of course, Tom Bone, to number 27, was quite impressive even yesterday, got their opening goal for this man, Mark Lammers, 44-year-old. Won silver with the Netherlands men's team in 2004 Olympics, gold with the women's team in 2008, and will be hoping to do something similar with Belgium. Argentina, on the other hand, world number 18, but world number 11 rather, but impressive performance yesterday. Number 18 was quite good as well. He starts on the bench today, Guido Pereiros, as does Gonzalo Peña. But watch out for number 7, Facundo Caglioni, who got easily one of the goals of the tournament, as also number 5, Pedro Ibarra, who got 2 goals. Carlos Retehui, who has already tasted World Cup glory with an Argentina team, but that was with the women's side in 2010. Can he go better this time around? Gary Simmons of South Africa is one of the 2 very, very experienced officials. Murray Grime alongside him, somebody who's going to complete 20 years as an official at the highest level in August this year. And the video umpire for today is yesterday's birthday boy, Andrew Kennedy. So Argentina will be looking to carry on with their momentum. Yesterday's man of the match, Agustin Mazzilli, was very, very impressive the way that he moved and bothered the Netherlands defense. Can you repeat that dose against Belgium? It's Argentina who get things moving in this match. In white and blue, losing possession early on, but coming off the foot, so they will get a free hit. They're going from left to right, and Belgium are in black going from right to left. I'm Dubayan Sen, and I'm joined in the commentary box this morning, rather this afternoon, lovely afternoon in Delhi, by former two-time coach of India, Cedric D'Souza.
Well, Dubayan, a great day to start a great game. Both the teams have got great strengths.
Well, this is one early impression made by Argentina, and much like they did yesterday, it was the second minute against Netherlands, and they've got this penalty corner. Well, so time for Ibarra to step up.
Well, a great penalty corner earned, manufactured very well, found a foot in the circle, and a great start for Argentina in terms of getting a penalty corner.
Yes, just not able to get his foot out of the way was Gauthier Bocard. And that'll mean that there will be some pressure on him immediately. It was well done, as Cedric pointed out, by Facundo Caglioni. This Argentina team has a number of players of great experience, not least of all Agustin Mazzilli, who will be doing the injection. And they showed that discipline. They showed that they can marry their discipline with flair. And that was reflected in the stats yesterday as well. Not a single card, which is not something that one sees often with Argentina. Right, their first chance. Bergner is on top of the D. They've worked a variation, but just couldn't finish it off. Still with the Argentine possession, though. Mazzilli, the same man who sent it in, looking for a foot again. Gets a free hit. Oh, some anxious moments, but eventually Belgium get the ball away. And much like yesterday, Cedric, some good combination early on from the Argentinians.
Well, they have a great, you know, they have their width in attack is very good. They have long balls along the flanks, which they use quite often. And the defense is very tight, and they're playing on the counters. If you look at it in the last couple of minutes, they got a penalty corner from a counter attack very, very fast.
This is a chance for Belgium to put some pressure for the first time in this match. With possession of ball, Phoenix deny it. All the way back to Isagle. Yesterday, Netherlands were a team who looked like they were in control for most of the match, especially moments in the first half when they had a lot of possession. But Argentina, what they did very clinically was conserve their energy well for counterattacks such as this one. It's looking promising yet again. Down the right, it's Mazzilli, and he slapped it in, but it's not taken any deflection along the way. But the idea quite right. Again, it's been intercepted well in midfield. This is a good muscular run coming in from Ibarra, but just couldn't send it through.
But some early turnovers by Belgium, which is not doing good for their cause basically. And you look at Argentina, they get a great turnover. Look for a through ball, a good deflection ball in the circle, but the ball is played wide.
Caglioni scored what will probably be a contender for goal of the tournament yesterday, and came very close to also getting a stick onto that last pass from Mazzilli. Mazzilli and Juan Martin Lopez down the right, two players who were very, very impressive. Some of the substitutes warming up as early as the 4th minute. This one going through harmlessly, so no problems at all for Argentina. Just to explain to somebody who might be perhaps watching hockey for the first time or may not be aware of some of the rules, rolling substitutions in play. And you'll normally notice inside the first 6 or 7 minutes, some key players, especially the ones who do a lot of running, are taken off. And as and when the game progresses, they keep coming back on and off for short spells. Argentinian captain Lucas Ray under some pressure, but gets the ball away and allows it to stay with possession. But this has been nicely stolen. It's the captain of Belgium, Domen, who initiated that move. Van Strodonk. Oh, into the box. Shot comes in as well, and it's the opening goal. It's a little bit lucky in the end, but Tom Boone is one of those forwards. When he gets a chance, he puts it away, and he's done that with perfection here.
Well, you know, Tom Boone is a person, one of the players who converts his half chances, and he did it yesterday in the match against the Netherlands. They were down 2-1 and they scored that goal quickly, and he does the same thing in this game. He gets half a chance and he slashes into the net.
As nonchalant as ever, and it was interesting to watch Juan Vivaldi's reaction in goal, shrugging his shoulders as if to say, what could I have done about that? Came in at such a pace. Well, Belgium, in a sense, against the run of play, but still an early goal which will always help a team settle down. Remember, finishing top of the table or even in second place is more or less of academic interest. You will still make your way through to the quarterfinals, but you would want to finish high and you would want to finish with a couple of victories behind your name. From that perspective, a very important game here for Belgium. The way that the format is designed, Cedric, you can conceivably lose all 3 matches and still go on to win the Hockey World League, but ideally you don't want to face the group topper from the pool topper from the other pool.
Well, that's correct, Divine, and the important thing is to also understand that every team is trying to get into a winning combination and make winning a habit.
And particularly in Pool B, if you finish last, then that'll mean a quarterfinal date with the current world number ones and the team who looked very, very impressive last evening, Germany, kicking off proceedings in Pool A yesterday with a 6-1 hammering against New Zealand. To be honest, were quite competitive as always, but were just outplayed completely. Now this time, it's Belgium looking to come on the attack. Eventually cleaned up by Hilardi. And then just a bit of clash of sticks, which allows a free hit to go the way of Juan Aguero.
If you look at Argentina, they're very strong in their own 1/3 in the defense. They know how to play the ball in the pocket, from the pocket. They get the ball very easily, and it's one of the strengths in their team.
This has been picked up quite nicely by Mazzilli. Belgium once again forced to go on the defensive. Currently down to 10 men because Sebastien Doquier has been given the green card. So yet again, Argentina keeping their discipline while their opponents don't. Belgium leading by 1-0. Here come Argentina though. Can they take advantage of this temporary advantage of men that they have on the field? Going forward very, very nicely indeed was the experienced Matthias Paredes, and he does win a free hit for his team.
A lot of strength on the ball, running into the circle.
I saw some delightful individual skill from their players. That is something that is synonymous rather with Argentine hockey.
Well, their strength is basically to be a very strong defensive unit and play on the counter-attack and use their skill up front to break into the enemy third.
That's what they're looking to do. Look at the pressure that they're putting on every Belgian who gets across to the ball. Lots of good work rate coming in, and that's why the mistakes coming out of the Belgians, even though they do lead by that early Tom Boone goal. Boone playing his 144th match, just 23 years of age, but he's already been recognized as one of the linchpins in this Belgian team. Now this is very, very dangerous. It's come in quite nicely, and it's also fetched a penalty corner, taking a foot off the Belgian defense along the way. Are they looking to rep for this perhaps? Let's have a listen in.
You there, Andrew?
I hear you, mate.
Belgium was saying it come off their stick, not their foot, when it come across the circle. There's a guy in the middle where I think it's come off his foot.
So you've given a penalty corner for foot for the Belgians, and the Belgians are saying it hit a stick, not a foot, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
So was it a foot or was it a stick?
Coming across his face.
at first angle, it did look like it got the stick to begin with.
I agree with you, Divine. I think it hit the stick and not the foot.
The green card. Fine.
That looks like stick only. Difficult one here for Andrew Kennedy, the video umpire. One thing's
Okay,
for sure,
Moe, I have a decision for you.
Yes.
It hit his stick, not the foot. Therefore, the decision should be a bully. A bully. I think you've blown the whistle before, so you have to go with a bully.
Okay. It's a ruling.
It's a bully.
He says it's a bully. So I gave a corner. No. He said already given the decision first. The whistle before. Okay. Gave the decision before the ball was up. Decision was made before, and then you've got to go back to the bully. And the decision, unfortunately, that's the rule. Okay?
Well, easy come, easy go. That's what the Argentines must think. But once again, what I was about to mention, that irrespective of the verdict, they showed their dangerous ability there with those balls coming in and strikers in good positions. You mentioned that early on, that they have that strength inside the box.
Well, I think they've got the strength of using the flanks also. They use the right and left defenders to come up into the attack and hit the long balls inside for deflections. And that was also a crossbar from the left defender coming up.
What matters is they have possession back, given back sportingly by the Belgians. It's a chance to build on something yet again, this time. Roquier comes back from his green card suspension and this time sends it out for a free hit. Again, the Argentinians looking to come forward. Here's Lopez. Lopez was excellent yesterday with some of his passes coming through. Some worries early on for Carlos Huerta. How does his team climb back into this match? Mind you, the last 3 or 4 minutes, they've shown a little bit of composure when moving forward. Again, Ibarra looking to slap it through. Takes the knee of Van Ovel. Not in a position to continue for the moment, so he will be substituted. But what matters is that possession still with Argentina. Anxious moments for the Belgian defense.
Well, Argentina trying to penetrate from the wides because that's their strength, and look for the long ball inside. The Belgian defense standing strong, not allowing that spaces to be exploited.
And this time around, the captain is Jean-Jean Domen, who was looking to move forward and was impeded unfairly, which is why a green card has been flashed. And it is Juan Martin Lopez who's been sent off for just a short while, couple of minutes. So that is the first card that an Argentine player has conceded, and it's into the 12th minute of the second match that they're playing in these Hero Hockey World League finals. So they can be quite proud of the way that they have kept their discipline most times. Coming in dangerously, and Vivaldi deciding that discretion is the better part of valor.
Well, he's really fortunate in that because he deliberately patted the ball out and was lucky to get a long corner instead of a penalty corner.
Well, Belgium perhaps don't have anybody of major note as a standout penalty corner specialist, but it is something that they have worked on in recent times, and Argentina will be well advised not to give away too many of those chances.
Well, Belgium have 3 penalty corner exponents in Tom Boone and Loic Lupin and Felix Denaire. So you know they can push, they can use any of the 3, and they're all lethal from the penalty corner.
In fact, it's probably a tribute to their well-rounded game that they are also known for some of their field goals. Tom Bone certainly has had 2 already in these Hockey World League finals. He's effectively moved up to that joint top position, which is shared by a number of players who are on 2 goals. I'm sure there'll be some movement on that count today. Adam Dixon of England also on 2 goals, as is Kieran Gubbers, whose team Australia will be in action next against the Netherlands.
Argentina playing a half-court press, being patient in their own half, waiting for the ball for a mistake from the Belgium team. And if you look at just now, they did exactly that. Their marking in defense is also very strong. The Belgium team trying to look for a long ball inside, and the ball is picked up very easily by the Argentine defense.
Yes, and what a critical one too, because right behind him, the Belgian striker was licking his lips. And just as he was doing so, it's a beautiful pickup. Right, what do the numbers say? It's been more possession for Argentina, which is a bit of a change from what happened in the early exchanges against Netherlands. More circle penetrations as well. The Belgium have made that 1 shot count. It's another long ball, but again wasted. 4 circle penetrations, Cedric, but not a single shot in from Argentina. That tells you that Belgium has also been very, very compact in defense. Well, this time around, will they stay compact? It's a beautiful move. Just cannot find the finishing touch. Brilliantly done, and Caglioni came oh so close, but full credit to the defense and the goalkeeper as well, Vanash.
Vanash came out very well, closed out the angle, closed down the spaces, and didn't give Caglioni a chance to hit that ball inside.
Almost immediately the ball at the other end. This has been picked up in midfield. Camacho cannot quite keep it in play. It's Belgium who come away with the ball. And there'll be another card this time. It's a green card for yet another Argentine player, but just a while ago they had a great chance at the other end.
But Caglioni gets the ball here, and you will see he's had ample time to play that ball into the goal, but the goalkeeper came out very well, closed down the spaces, and didn't allow him a free shot at goal.
The man who initiated that move was Lucas Pia. Santiago Camacho has been given that green card, so the second green card for Argentina inside this first half. But Pia, with all his experience, was somewhat subdued in yesterday's performance, perhaps a deliberate tactic, but we've seen a little bit more from the experienced 27-year-old. Combining well with Caglioni up front, and sooner or later you get the impression Argentina could create a gilt-edged opportunity for themselves. There he is on screen. And he plays for Banco Provincia back in Argentina. We briefly touched upon this factor as well yesterday. All our commentators and our experts in particular, both Cedric as well as Simon Mason, agreeing that the format for this does allow the teams to experiment a little bit, just try a few different things, try a few different formations. And perhaps that is what is being seen with Argentina. They're playing a slightly different game to what they played yesterday.
Well,
quite willing to be patient.
Well, basically Argentina plays the game on the counter-attack. This team is a very experienced team, barring Pelat, who's come from the Junior World Cup. The rest of them are really very experienced players, and they're using the experience for the World Cup. Every team here is preparing for the World Cup at the end of this, in the middle of this year.
Long ball just cannot keep it in play. Lucas Villa. Waiting to rejoin the action. Mazzilli comes in and he gets the first touch. And he is one danger man that the Belgian defense needs to watch out for. Great individual skills. This time just a bit of a heavy touch, but takes the ball away from him. And the Belgium defense keeps its shape about itself and gets a counter-attack going. That's a lovely ball from Doman, the captain. Found its way to Van Obel. It's been turned into the box. Great attempt, but easy save in the end for Vivaldi. Simon Gugnard with that attempt. Quick flick.
Lovely build-up by Belgium. You know, they strung about 4 or 5 passes.
That's what they're looking to do once again. John Doman, the captain, moving forward yet again, has won a free hit for his team. This is good from them. Still with Belgian possession. This time the Argentina defense gets a little bit of a reprieve, but they've been under the pressure in recent times, Cedric.
Well, you know, if you look at this movement, it's a fantastic play by the Belgian team. They've the ball comes to Simon on the left. He looks for a flick onto the goal, but I think the better option would have been for a deflection ball.
Oh, that's almost fallen straight to him. And that tells you that Belgium are playing with a little bit more intensity in recent times. Van Orbel looking to seize this opportunity. Lifted off his stick. And that's why there was nothing that could be done from Belgian perspective. But here they have the ball again. The last few minutes have been quite favourable for the Red Lions. Playing, of course, in black today, their away colours. A sprinkling of red, though, not only on their jerseys but also some of the shoes. On the left, this is Dumont. Finds Denaye. Tombone once again. And whose goal makes the difference between the two teams at this stage. Otherwise, nothing much to pick between these two sides. There have been some good imaginative attacks also from the Argentinians, but nothing substantial enough to worry Vincent Van Asch as yet. Dispossessed, once again falling for Belgian possession. That was well worked through. He was falling away was Boone, but still a manufactured pass for his player up front.
Well, what Belgium is doing now is that they're playing a mobile press right through on the game, wherever the ball is. They're tracking the ball well. They're putting press on the Argentine right through. So it seems to be paying dividends because they've got much more of the ball in the last couple of minutes.
What's also happening is it's opening up some spaces, and Argentina must take advantage of such situations. The last time around, Paredes pulled in a perfect ball down the left flank, but it just wasn't taken care of. And this time the defense taking their time to clear this, but eventually Matthias Rey sends it out. Again, the Belgian movement that Cedric was alluding to. Some great movements and nearly a goal scoring opportunity. With Charles Worth alongside him, Paul Gadoin getting ready perhaps for the next game. Also taking some notes, no doubt, because they will face Argentina in their last fixture. And of course will be the concluding day of pool matches. That's on Monday. All the teams and all of us as well getting the Sunday off. Now once again, it's a good move coming forward, and he's flicked it through his legs. That was great skill from Matthias Rey.
Belgium lost the ball again by a long hit picked up by the Argentine team. Argentinians are just waiting in their own 50-yard line on a half-court press, waiting for the ball to come. They're picking up the balls on the throughs, and then hitting them with a counter-attack. A great pass by Matthias Rey through the legs. Didn't find his Belgian defense strong enough to pick up that ball.
And just a quick word from Gary Simmons about some of the physical challenges which have been coming through, and good sensible officiating to get the captains together and just pass on the message. Now this is Pedro Ibarra on through to the left. Overlapping run from Mazzilli. All over the pitch, sometimes down the right, sometimes this time around on the left. This is Ibarra yet again. Good skills to retain possession of the ball. He's looking to work his way into the D. Has done well. Lining it up on his left. And that's a beautiful goal. I'm not sure if there was a touch on, but what matters is Argentina have one goal of their own. And the reverse flick came in from Pedro Ibarra. Superb individual skill to get into the D and then get that shot going.
Well, it was a great skill by Pedro Ibarra, but the main thing was that the Argentine strikers moved up into the baseline, pushed the defense and gave Pedro Ibarra the space that he wanted. If you look at it, he comes inside, comes all the way down the flank. The tomahawk hits the ball right into the corner, and two Argentine players standing in front of the keeper to try and deflect that ball inside and put pressure on the Argentine defense. Great goal.
Yes, if Ibarra had not scored, then there's every likelihood that Facundo Caglioni would have scored. Look at him just diving across as well. But Ibarra, and then a celebration to match. So Ibarra goes top of the goal scoring charts, and he's done it at a critical time. Just 22 minutes in, it's one goal apiece, and now again it's anybody's game. Fantastic finish by the 28-year-old, earning his 163rd cap for Argentina today. Again, showing the value of experience. But you're right, it was as much a goal from his teammates, the way that they distracted the Belgian defense.
Well, I think Argentina, now that they've got this goal back, after pushing up more into attack, putting more pressure on the ball.
Curious to ask you and pick your brain as a coach yourself. I've seen that a lot of goals tend to get scored in the last 5 or 10 minutes of a half, typically. Is that something that coaches also make a note of, or is it a reflection of the fact that hockey is such a physical game that it tends to take a little bit out of the teams towards the end of an half?
Well, I think it's not that. The coaches do keep a track of this phenomenon, but the most important thing is the question of the mental makeup and how to maintain your decorum as well as your balance in the ground, as well as your discipline in the defense. And sometimes that it just falls apart, and that's what happens in the last couple of minutes.
He's definitely pumped up. Getting Coach Cedric's perspective, Coach Carlos at the moment looking quite pleased, but still he knows that the job is just half done. They've just got that one goal back in, and Belgium, the way that they've been attacking, could get a second. This time around, the Argentine defense does well. It's fallen for that man again, Caglioni. And it's good discipline yet again from Argentina. Also for this attack, Cedric, all of them fell back and defended, even the forwards.
Well, that's the way they play. They all behind the ball, and putting pressure on the ball all right through, and not giving you so many spaces to exploit.
The commentators curse striking Matthias Ray, because as soon as Cedric said all behind the ball, he just allowed it to flow through. But the important thing is how they defend this now. Belgium with possession, getting to that stage that we talked about, the last 10 minutes. We saw a dramatic turnaround in the game yesterday. Although having said that, Australia did pull ahead a couple of occasions. Belgium showed a lot of character to fight back on two of those, but the third and final blow was the decisive one. Jacob Vetton, the eventual hero man of the match, with a fine finish. Into the second day, we've already had 23 goals, and this is just the 5th match. It promises a lot of excitement right through the next week. Again, a skillful looking run coming in from Gauthier Bocard. Should be pointed out, it is a fairly young side, this, from Belgium. And they have one of their members who impressed quite a bit during the Junior World Cup, and being Dorian Thierry. But it's a team which is rapidly on the rise. They have, of course, had some Olympic glory, but that was a long time back in the past, almost 100 years ago. 1920 Olympics, got a bronze. And 5th in 2012, which was a great performance. And this is a great performance too, running through. Oh, Vivaldi, top save.
Fantastic save. Vivaldi comes out, smaller the angle, keeps the stick, extends the stick and gets the ball off the stick. Fantastic save on a one-to-one situation.
The red-headed figure of Amaury Custos was getting into a great position, but Vivaldi was not only decisive with his movement, but very quick with his reflexes as well. So showing signs of why he had such an important outing yesterday as well. When Netherlands were coming up with attack after attack, he stood firm and kept his team in it. And sometimes that's all you need as an attacking unit. You want your goalkeeper to contribute as much as the back.
Well, a keeper is the mainstay of the team. He's got to just save. His job is to save the goals and to encourage and to basically send a message to the team that he's strong. He's commanding his circle.
What a save!
Fantastic save.
I think that applause was for Vivaldi as much for his attacking player Custos. So this match is nicely poised on a knife edge. Argentina will do themselves a huge favor if they can pick up 3 points here, because as we showed right at the top of the telecast, they already have one victory with a good margin, so they have a great goal difference as well going in their favor. And if they can pick up those 3 points here in this match, then they'll be left with very little to do to ensure that they are amongst the top two. Now this is another great move. Caglioni, has he found a foot? Yes, he has. It's a penalty corner. And what's more, Gonzalo Peña this time is on the pitch.
A nice movement by Argentina. Bring the ball inside from the center spine. Get this ball inside and look for the. Actually, it was a great pass by Caglioni, and he just finds a foot in the circle and a penalty corner for Argentina.
Very, very cleverly done. Comes off the foot of Lupai, and there is Gonzalo Peña. Got a goal yesterday, in fact, as early as the 2nd minute against the Netherlands. And including the semi-finals in Johor Bahru, he has now scored in every game. Now that, of course, includes the numbers from yesterday. Another conversion yesterday was effected by Pedro Ibarra, who's got their 1 goal this evening. Peña just wide. Not often that one sees that. Quick turnover though, given back to Argentine possession just at the edge, and it's a free hit, won well by Caglioni. Some scrambling attempt to get the ball going, but Caglioni is singling himself out as a huge threat for the defense.
Yes, and what he's getting support from his players too. So there's been a concerted team effort to get these goals and to break into the Belgium defense. Belgium seems to be giving quite easy turnovers and soft turnovers, so they better be careful with that, because Argentina is very strong on the break. Coming up to the last 5 minutes of this first half, which has seen some fortune swing to and fro, but Argentina, one would have to say, yet again, have looked the more organized team, the more disciplined team, and Belgium in bits and pieces have shown why they're considered one of the better teams in Europe. Currently 4th in Europe, 5th in the world. Nice presence of mind by Doque, looking for the first time pass into the circle, but well did by the Argentine defense.
And yet again, it's Los Leones who come away with the ball, but not able to retain possession of it long enough. That's well done between the legs of Priels, the man who got the 2nd goal for Belgium yesterday against Australia.
Well, these balls played between the legs is basically presence of mind and vision before he plays the ball. That means he's already scanned, seen where his player is before he plays the pass inside. It's absolutely fantastic.
Great commitment as well from Dokier. He's also been a standout player for Belgium, getting into good positions, also setting up some good plays for his teammates. It's been a red-hot first half. There have been chances galore for both. There's the big man, Bergner. Bayard hasn't had too much to deal with in this half. Didn't start, so came on as a substitute, and since then his only contribution, getting that one penalty corner which he couldn't quite convert. But if he gets one more chance through the rest of the game, then there's every chance that he could make Belgium pay for it, which is why they'll need to be very disciplined in defense. At the moment on the attack, this is Felix Denaye. On to Caglioni, and this is a movement from Aguero down the right, taking on the defenders and doing well to win a free hit for his team. Lopez, it's possession for the Argentines, dangerous position for them. Ibarra sending it in. And this has been well picked up by Caglioni, and he was looking for a run coming up from his forwards. He had the right idea, but just couldn't execute it perfectly.
Well, I think he was also trying to find a penalty corner and find a foot, but the Belgian defense did well enough to avoid putting their feet in the way and giving a penalty corner. Argentina playing to their strengths again, looking for the long balls again from the flanks, especially from the right defender coming up. Lopez coming up, hitting these long balls inside. That is his basic game plan, to hit these long balls and for deflections by the Argentine team.
And significantly, they've looked a lot more threatening ever since Lopez has moved into attack. Now this time, it's another suspension, and this time it looks like it is Peya. A yellow card for him, so he will not only miss out the next 2 minutes, but also the first 3 minutes of the second half. Oh, this is a great chance, and it's a great goal. Fine finish. How often does that happen? A suspension results to that advantage for the other team. And this time around, the finish was a clinical one. Belgium go 2-1 up.
The ball comes into the circle. Gamboon spins around and just plays the ball with a quick, without even looking at the goal. He knows his body is positioned in a certain angle to the goal and just flicks it inside past the goalkeeper Vivaldi.
So the advantage back with the Europeans, thanks once again to that fantastic striker, Tom Bone. As Cedric D'Souza mentioned, the sign of a player who knows exactly what he's doing in the rivals' half. Because he didn't need to even look up, just knew instinctively where the goal was and put the ball away as quickly as possible. So both occasions, he's taken Juan Vivaldi completely by surprise. He's had no response whatsoever. What an excellent first half it has been, Cedric. 3 goals, 3 field goals. Lots of creativity, lots of imagination and some flair from both teams.
Very much so, Devan. And what I would look at is Tom Bone's basically quick hands in the circle. He doesn't swing his stick, he just taps it in or just pushes it inside without much ado.
Signs of very strong wrists, the way that he gets rid of those balls that come through to him and how quickly he does that. Yet again, coming forward, Doman, who's been perhaps one of their unsung heroes, winning so many balls in the middle of the pitch. Arnold spreading the ball down to the right. Sadler, and once again going to Doman. So 2 men on cards at the moment.
Stop it now, right? Okay, everybody just calm down.
Gary Simmons urging Argentina to calm things down, and that's something that Cedric, you did point early on, that it can sometimes be an Achilles heel for the team.
Well, Argentina is basically a very physical team also. Their coach Carlos Lustigui is also a person that used to play, was very physical in his approach, defensive and physical, and this is what the team is all about.
There's 3 times Olympics, 1996 when would have come up against a field which included Cedric D'Souza's India. Oh, this time hit again. Vivaldi does well the first time around. Could there be a second stab? There isn't though. And eventually Argentina regroup, but these are some anxious moments, closing seconds.
Well, again, if you look at it, there was one opportunity just now.
Andrew?
Yeah, I can hear you going.
Yes, sorry. It'll come. Again, I think you did stop at the start. Larry, hang on. Just Larry. No, wait. Team referral from Belgium. They are claiming the ball was dangerous in the circle. It was raised amongst players. However, I believe, in my personal opinion, that it was not dangerous. Would you check that for me, please?
Yeah, no, I'm looking for a dangerous ball in D. Thank you.
Yes, and looking for a penalty corner, yeah.
So Belgium reckon this was dangerous. Gary Simmons doesn't. What does Cedric D'Souza think?
Well, I think it's dangerous too. I think there's a penalty corner.
Let's see if Andrew Kennedy agrees.
Yeah.
Would be a massive moment.
I don't know. We'll see.
Gary, I have a decision for you. For me, the ball has come up dangerously and the player has also played the ball dangerously, so you should award a penalty corner.
The ball was dangerous, and the penalty corner.
And the Argentinian defender played the ball dangerously as well, so it should be a penalty corner.
Yes, Cedric gets it right. So does Andrew Kennedy and so does Gary Simmons. And that means that Belgium have this great opportunity now to go into the halftime break with a 3-1 advantage. And if that happens, then that will put some serious pressure on the South Americans. What it also means is that Belgium retain their right to refer in the following minutes. Vivaldi, now he's had a good game, but will he be able to cope with the pressure from this penalty corner? Great moment as far as this first half certainly is concerned. Some appropriate marching music in the background. Can Belgium march their way through to a 3-1 scoreline at halftime? Lupai is in there. Van Strijdonckers 2. As is this side layer. But the man who's marking out his territory there is Loic Lupai. Lots and lots of black shirts in there, all looking for a possible opportunity if it rebounds. It's a variation and it's a good one too, but the save is affected, and that means that Argentina will go in with a 1-2 deficit, but just a little happier about the outcome of the last bit of play.
A nice spin-off pass for the Belgian team, but a great save by a deflection of the Argentine defense.
So Juan Vivaldi has been in the firing line a few times in this first half, but he stood firm on a few occasions. Unfortunately, on a couple of times, Tom Bone got that ball inside the D and he put it away for some decisive goals. So he has walked his way through to 3 goals as well in this Hero Hockey World League. There was also a 3rd goal in the championship for Pedro Ibarra, which at one stage promised a great fight back from Argentina. They're still not out of it though. Every chance that they'll make the second 35 minutes count as well. But it's been a great entertaining first half of hockey at the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium, at the end of which Belgium 2, Argentina 1.
Yeah, yeah.
Coach, sticks.
Okay, also standing by Paul might need a Mark Lambert's graphic during this half time as well. Where it's all the standard stuff. One back, go to the full screen caption, highlights, stats, and then key game. The stats, the highlights, sorry, the graphics now, stats graphics should have the Facebook and Twitter handles correct now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so 1 minute 30 left on the break, 1:30 left on the break.
1:30 left on the break. Yeah,
So, fine, just confirming we'll do the full screen score caption, highlight stats. The stats has the correct Facebook and Twitter handles.
एक
We'll
ना
do
कोई
them,
आया
and
आसपास से बोल
hopefully
देना.
it won't be too long till Mark Lammers gets here. Yeah, that's probably something we'll do at the end of the game, I think. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, if we've got time, we will do it. Yeah, we'll do that while we're waiting. A full, at a full day of action here today. Maybe we'll do that after the Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, the only problem with that is the score. Yeah, it does. Yeah, correct. Hang on, hang on. There's 20 seconds left on that.
20 seconds.
20 seconds left on the break. 15 on the break. 10 left on the break.
Stand by with the full frame of graphics.
It's halftime at the moment in this Pool B fixture between Belgium and Argentina. There have already been 3 goals and 3 quality goals too, as a result of which Belgium leading currently by 2-1 against Argentina. Belgium looking to bounce back from their defeat yesterday at the hands of Australia and beginning in right earnest as early as the 5th minute. Some good passes strung together, and as soon as he got an opportunity, snapshot with his back to the goal. That's the quality of Tom Boone. Didn't need too many second invitations. Instinctively knew what he had to do, and slapping it past Juan Vivaldi, who was a little frustrated at having been beaten to his right. Now this was a special effort from Pedro Ibarra, a special player himself. Taking on the defenders, turning 3 or 4 of them, and then finally getting a reverse shot going, which if it hadn't finished in the back of the net would have provided an ideal opportunity for a deflection from either one of Mazzilli or Lopez, who were in a very good position as well. However, in the closing stages of that first half, once again a loose ball falling for Boone, and again instinctively with his back to the goal, just turning it around, taking it on his stick, controlling it for a couple of seconds, and then, or a couple of microseconds one should say, and then just getting the shot going. again beating Vivaldi by not too wide a margin. So the numbers in favor of Belgium, 61% possession, but Argentina showed yesterday that they make more with what they have, and that's what's happened today as well. 11 circle penetrations with just 3 shots from it, which is something that will disappoint them, and there have been a few cards for them as well. 4 cards, and that's why Gonzalo Payat will begin as he does from pretty much the side. Well, Belgium with the advantage right now. Let's hear from Mark Lammers about how happy he is about this first half performance. Michael Absalom is with him.
Mark, your assessment of the first half, 2-1 up.
Yeah, we're 2-0 up, 2-1 up, but Argentina is playing really good. It's really 1 against 1. They're really strong in attack and in defense. So it's really a heavy game for us. But now the second half, we get the first 3 minutes, 2 players extra. But we will see. We have to be patient and get our chances. We have to get more penalty corners.
You took advantage of that at the end of the second half when you got your second goal. What objectives do you have in the second half with the team?
Yeah, never defend the lead, so we try to score another goal and try to move up. But we have to control the game, and that's the most important.
Okay, good luck in the second half.
Okay, well done.
Sprinkling of support, and it will only grow as the day progresses. There's some really great matches which are lined up for today. This is, of course, the first game. It's Belgium against Argentina. It's a Pool B fixture, and Pool B will continue at 4 p.m. when there's a big game, Netherlands against Australia. That's at 4 p.m. And then Pool A takes to the pitch. England against Germany will be an intriguing match because both teams recorded victories yesterday. Germany 6-1 against New Zealand, and England were 2-0 victors over India. That's at 6 p.m. And at 8 p.m, if you're in Delhi, then come down to the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium. I know it's going to be a bit cold, so get your woolens along, get your mufflers along, but New Zealand against India promises to be an exciting prospect as well. But there's lots of excitement still in store for us in this match, because Argentina showed that they have some quality moving forward, and Mark Lammers acknowledging that, Cedric, in the way that he spoke, that he doesn't want to sit on a 1-goal lead. He knows that at this level, that's just not enough.
Well, he also knows the fact that Argentina is very strong on the 1 versus 1 situations. He wants his teams to try and win this 1 versus 1 battles, and he knows that he's got 2 players extra, so they're going to try and exploit the numerical advantage that they have.
Argentina taking their time to emerge. Belgium much quicker off the blocks. Belgium with perhaps a bit more support today. It's lovely to see fans coming in, families of some of the players also traveling with them, and this makes for a great holiday package in all. See your friends and your families in action and take in the sights and sounds of this beautiful country. So it's Belgium in black who will get things moving in the second half. They have already moved across to 24 goals in this Hero Hockey World League finals. How many more can be added by Argentina and Belgium in the second 35 minutes of this game? Just waiting to get down. There's a clock which informs the teams about how many seconds are left, and going by that, there's still about 14 seconds. In fact, as I speak, the clock seems to have stopped. So it's pretty much on cue for the game to re-begin. Some fans and some players from England getting ready for their encounter later in the day. Part of the support staff, I would think. Belgium this time going from left to right in black, and from right to left it's Argentina. They had an outstanding second half yesterday against Netherlands. Can they repeat that dose here? But they begin with a 2-man disadvantage. Both Lucas Ray as well as Gonzalo Payat will be out for just a little while. Both earning those yellow cards right at the end of the first half. Very, very bad in terms of the discipline from the Argentines. Something that has been in evidence for most of this tournament, the first match in fact. Already 4 cards today, so they've undone some of the good work that they came up with yesterday, Cedric.
Well, I think they were unnerved by the fact that Belgium got back into the game when they had so much advantage. Belgium has now got more circle penetrations. Belgium has got more possession of the ball. And what Mark Lammers did say was that he wants to control the game a little bit more, like he was doing in the last part of the first half. and move a few people up front.
That's a beautiful ball, and it's been deflected through as well. Vivaldi makes the initial save. It's still a chance, and it's also a goal line save virtually from Caglioni. Just making sure that he does enough to deny Simon Gugnard, who was getting into a great position. So some early anxious moments for the Argentines. It's, I dare say, not over yet. Once again, possession in a good place, but this time the obstruction going against Belgium. Jean-Jean Domen. But great move early on.
Great pass from the baseline. Goalkeeper Vivaldi makes a great save, comes up, smothers the angle, keeps his body, actually blocks the man, and then a great save by the Argentine defense right in the goal line. Not allowing Simon a chance to just step the ball inside.
Yes, that was very, very close. Simon Gugnard was first to it. Jeffrey Theus was in there as well. So Belgium starting pretty much on the front foot. They finished, remember, with a penalty corner, which was just about saved, scramble saved by the Argentines. So they're picking up from where they left off in the first 35 minutes. And the Argentine defense under pressure immediately and will need to be switched on from pretty much the first minute here.
Well, they're playing 9 versus 11, so that's the reason why Belgium has got so much of space and can take this advantage of numerics basically through.
Yes, with the 2 minutes over, one of those men has come back onto the pitch, that being the number 8, Lucas Ray, skipper of Argentina. Belgium still carrying most of the ball, but as I say that, it's been turned over. Can Argentina do enough? Yes, getting off the foot of the players. Alongside him, Disadlier. So he still is out of the picture at the moment, is Ray. Argentina now with their first meaningful move of the second half. And he rejoins the action, so all's back to normal, but they will want to get that one goal back in before Belgium can inflict any more damage. But what it has done, this match has shown that this is a top quality competition with some good teams, and they're playing their best hockey in many respects. We've seen some 35 minutes of good, thoughtful hockey from both teams.
Very good one-handed interception by Pellat when the Belgian player was running down the flank.
Just a little bit sloppy, just a little lazy on that occasion from Lupai. Now Matthias Paredes, what he does so well is distributes the ball very quickly as soon as he gets it and invariably finds one of his teammates. Moving forward was Caglioni, could not find a foot, was looking for a Belgian foot inside the D. Remember, Argentina have that weapon in their arsenal, Gonzalo Peña as well as Pedro Ibarra, both very dangerous from penalty corners. Haven't struck off PCs yet today. Only got that one shot, in fact. There's Peña. Inside the defense, Ilardi. This is well worked by the Belgians. There's good numbers in there. It's almost 4 against 3. Turning the ball back, still an opportunity, but a good tackle coming in. Plenty of commitment on display from all quarters there.
The ball down the baseline by Belgium. Looks for the 1-2, a great 1-2 pass there. Vivaldi comes well out of his goal, out of the cage to try and save that ball. Gets his pads to it, and a great save, and a great scramble by Argentina to take the ball out of the defense.
Yes, even though we've had those 24 goals, but there have been some outstanding goalkeeping displays from the first game yesterday. It tells you sometimes about the role that the keepers play. Of course, there will be goals. That is how hockey is designed. But every now and then, Vivaldi in particular yesterday was so good against Netherlands.
Vivaldi is a goalkeeper who plays out of the cage. He doesn't stand in the cage and play as much as possible. He smothers the angle by coming out forward. He's got sharp reflexes for a 34-year-old guy. Really good.
This time around, his opposite number, Van Ash. Will he be called into action? It was a good bustling run coming in yet again from Aguero. Has really been a live wire moving down that right flank in particular. Puts the defense under a lot of pressure. Strong boy and holds off challenges remarkably well. Just in the center, bottom right of picture, Matthias Paredes picking up this ball, making sure that he stays focused on the job on hand and winning a free hit for his team. It's a better phase of play from the Argentines. They're getting possession. They're winning a few of these turnovers in midfield. Can they make the most of it? Again, looking to work it to the flanks. Probably will look for one of those long balls coming in, the kind which led to a brilliant goal from Caglioni yesterday. And it is Juan Lopez who provided the pass yesterday to Caglioni, and he's the one on the right. Receives the ball, but is outdone by Thomas Breals.
Basically, Lopez is looking for a ball which he can fire into the circle. He's not being given that space by the Belgium defense because they're tracking him and they're picking 2 versus 1. They're doing a double team on him.
The Dutchman know all about Lopez and his passing ability. Made them bleed on a couple of occasions yesterday. 2 goals coming down to assists coming in from Lopez. The Aussies as well in the house for their next match against the Dutchmen. Australia with a good 3-2 victory against Belgium yesterday. Hard fought, but well done, clinically performed. Everybody knows they've come in with a youngish team here, but a lot of the youngsters have impressed in that opening encounter. Oh, this is slapped in. But Argentina defending in good numbers and getting the ball away eventually with some teamwork, but they've just given it away back to Belgian possession. They won a free hit at a good position for themselves.
We cannot judge where the flag is if the ball is moving. Let's start it again. That's it. Stop the ball, then I know where the flag is. Thank you.
Again, just bringing the situation under control, reiterating that the umpires need to know where the exact position for the free hit is. It was Gary Simmons. As Argentina come away with the ball. Lucas Villa. Wiley Villa. Juan Aguero can't quite keep possession, but does win a free hit in the process. It's, in the end, a wasted opportunity. Lucas Rossi was looking to slap it through. Again, looking for Villa.
A special mention for the Belgium sweeper, Leuk Leupert, who has played a fantastic, outstanding game in defense. He's been anticipating the balls very well. He goes up front for the slap hits into the circle also. And the last one which Belgium did was a really good slap.
There he is on the ball just a while ago. Now going out of picture. Will receive the ball yet again. And also showed in the dying minutes of the first half that he's one of those preferred candidates for the penalty corners. This time though, he has given the ball away. But Lucas Rossi on a few occasions has been a bit over-eager to get rid of the ball, and in the process has given away soft possession. And Argentina really should be looking to build on getting the ball in good positions for themselves. So just a little overall tardiness from both teams, but these are fantastic conditions. It's a lot sunnier today. There was, at this stage of the afternoon, a bit of haze and a bit of mist over on Friday. Belgium with the lion's share of possession. Not surprisingly, that's something that Argentina showed yesterday. They're quite happy to do. More circle penetrations for the Pan American champions, but not as many shots. Just 25% of the circle penetrations have led to shots. And that's why they've only scored 1 goal from those 3 attempts. Back with Belgian possession now. Lupe. discipline continues as another player of theirs, Gallioni, has been given another card.
A fantastic ball by Leopard, right on the flank, but wasted by the striker.
So the third yellow card effectively for Argentina. That pretty much means that for 15 minutes they have been without at least one player. Just making things a little bit difficult for themselves. The Argentines need to defend this well. Yet again, Belgium with good numbers moving forward. Simon Guignard will take this free hit. Chooses to go all the way back to Dorian Thierry, one of the members of the Junior World Cup team over here just about a month ago. So if things stand this way, then Belgium will actually join both Australia as well as Argentina on 3 points and really make this a fascinating Pool B. And then what one would want as a neutral is for Netherlands to perhaps get one over Australia, because then we'll have 4 teams on 3 points. And the last day of competition in this pool will be real red hot to try and grab that last place, which will still be up for grabs for any of the 4 teams. Still 22 minutes in this match though, and let's not get into too much wishful thinking.
Again, a nice play by Lepe, switching the game from right to left, but missed trap by Van Obel.
As the last few minutes, Belgians have just made a few unforced errors. That's why they've not been able to capitalize as yet on the fact that Gallioni is not on the pitch. But well, Mazzilli is. And he was in a great position for this. Just giving the thumbs up to his teammates.
Nice pass from Lucas Villa, right down the flank. Into the circle. Mazzilli misses that ball. Deflects off his stick and goes off the back line.
Really impressive player, 24 years of age, but already over 100 caps for his team. Nicknamed Pajaro, which means bird. And does have wings, much like a bird. This time, though, that's an optimistic long ball for him. The last deflection coming off a Belgian stick, and that's why possession again with Belgium, with Argentina rather, Mazzilli. Well won. Felix Denaya starts the move, then on to Doman, but this one hits the foot. Disappointing there from Jeffrey Theus. Here's Lopez once again looking to line up for one of those stinging shots through across the face of the D. The Argentines thought that found a foot, but there was nothing coming in from Gary Simmons. Nevertheless, back with Argentine possession, and this time taking a tumble. And I think what might have happened there is he might have just tumbled on the ball. That's the captain. Is that a twisted ankle perhaps? He looks like he's okay, and that's important because he is a vital player in the scheme of things. Oh, this is beautifully done. How do the Argentines come up with these beautiful individual efforts? Matthias Paredes this time gets that flick on, and the Belgian defense didn't pick him, and they were made to pay for it. It's back on level terms. Argentina showing that grit and gumption which they showed in ample reserve on day 1 too.
Well, again, if you look at it, it's a cross by Lopez deep into the circle. No, all the Argentine players standing free in the circle. Belgian defense ball watching, and a defense and a great tip in by Paredes.
50th minute, back on level terms. Just a while ago, I was thinking of asking you, Coach Cedric, that whether it's sometimes detrimental to rely on one tactic, but I'm glad I didn't, because then I would have been made to look like a fool, because it has worked well for Argentina.
Well, Lopez knows his strength. He knows that he's got a good hit in his circle. But what is really happening is the defense is being pulled by the Argentine strikers moving in the circle. That's what is giving the chance to hit the ball into the circle and into spaces in the circle.
So 4 goals in this match, 4 field goals, and all of good quality. Not one of them which you can put down to any poor defending or any poor goalkeeping. Just tells you about the quality that has been on measure. Facundo Caglioni just getting the countdown there from Claudius De Sales, the technical officer, who eventually gives him the green card to go ahead. The green signal, I should say, not the green card. It's a dangerous terminology in the game of hockey.
Back to 11 again. And that was number 7 that went off, right? Yeah.
So 18 minutes left in this match, a little over 18 minutes, and still anybody's game up for grabs. Belgium will be absolutely gutted if they come away with what has been a good, gallant effort without anything to show for it. As of now, they'll be getting 1 point if the scoreline stays this way. Hasn't had too much of impact in the second half, was definitely a lot more active in the first. Felix Denay right in the center of the pitch, getting that ball and passing it all the way back. Now this is a long ball, almost found its captain. But here's Caglioni looking to release Lucas Rossi. Rossi has found it through. This is looking dangerous. That's a great individual run. Looking for the shot as well, but it's well defended. Outstanding work though. He almost did everything perfectly there.
The Argentine strikers have enough skill and enough strength on the ball to break through any defense. You know, they just have 2 or 3 people at any given time running into the circle. The entire midfield is standing back and watching the game, but basically these 3 strikers have enough strength to go through any defense.
Superb skill from Lucas Villa. Just wasn't rewarded with a goal. But yet again, Argentina pick up a loose ball in the middle of the field. It's Lucas Rey. Rey in Spanish, of course, means king. So can he crown his team with a goal here? It's another fantastic run. Mazzilli with the reverse take pass, but deemed to be dangerous.
And again a cross ball. Well, again a cross ball from the left on the flanks. Seems to be their modus operandi to hit these long balls inside. But a dangerous pass into the circle and a foul against Argentina.
Quickening the pace, putting in a lot more effort. The Argentine boys knowing that there's an off day at the end of this. If they can find a 3rd goal, then they will put Belgium under serious pressure. But there's still a lot of hockey to be played. Still 16 minutes on the clock. Promise of all 3 results likely. And that's what you can expect in the Hero Hockey World League. The best players, the best teams. And a relatively low pressure contest because all that's on offer are ranking points and a suitable ranking, of course, in the World Cup, which comes up later this year, but also the pride and the joy of being crowned the first ever World League champions in the men's game. Now this time a long ball which has been beautifully picked up. Lopez was looking for the run of Caglioni, but it was intercepted by the defense.
Well, basically Lopez got that ball and all he had to do was actually cut the first man on a 1-to-1 situation, and he'd been in the circle himself. He's looking for the cross ball all the time, and I think the Belgian defense knows about that, so they close the spaces down.
Really been interesting how much this game has, well, it's had a lot of seesawing fortunes all the way through, and this time it's Argentina yet again on the attack. Caglioni had a great opportunity but was well denied by Vanash. When everything else fails, then you've got to make your body the biggest possible target, and that's what he did quite effectively.
Well, Vanash did a great job there by throwing his body and logging well enough, not allowing the players to get a free angle at a shot at goal.
Gee whiz, the last 5 minutes though has been all Argentina, especially since they found that equalizer. Juan Vivaldi must be feeling a little bit lonely at his goal. Not much company either from his own defenders or from the Belgian attackers. And that change in momentum will be reflected, I'm sure, in the numbers. Argentina in any case have made more circle penetrations, but in recent times have done well in terms of shots as well. now at par with Belgium. Bergner, the big man in defense, goes down but does well to keep possession for his team. This is Matsili heading forward and wins a hit in for his team.
No. Stick down. Come on, down on the ground. Stick on the ground.
Ibarra. And to Juan Giraldi. Argentina have looked really sharp moving forward.
And a good ball down the baseline. If you look at it, and the goalkeeper Vanash came out very well, and in fact made one save and a second save with his hand also, just on the goal line.
If his team do find a third goal here, then I would suggest the remaining 17 squad members should perhaps contribute for his dinner tonight. Because that was a top save to keep his team in it as a contest. Argentina, if they'd gone 3 up, then they would have had a lot of momentum behind their back. Switching flanks going over to the left. But intercepted yet again by Argentina. They've hardly put any foot wrong in this, the last phase of play, the last 10 minutes or so. Beautifully done, and once again by the skipper John Doman. And to the right, Gugnat. Oh, he lined it up well, and he had the right idea. He was looking for the captain, and Doman wasn't too far away from this one, I think.
Well, a great movement actually. If you look at it, it started from the center. Ball was switched to the right hand side, and from the right hand side he finds space and he moves inside and he plays the ball towards Donovan, but unfortunately he didn't tap the ball. He was in the right position to just tip that ball inside the goal.
We have a man down. We have Lucas Ray down.
Yeah. No, not you. Number 9. Number 9. Oh. Number 9.
And it's led to a yellow card for Sebastian Doquier. That's the last thing that they would have needed heading into the last 12 minutes, as it were.
Yeah, no blood. Yeah, okay. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
Just finding the flailing part of the stick.
Is that all right there? Yeah, a bit of a run, you know. Pull them back. Yeah, sure. No. See where they go.
Been a bit of a rough game at times, Cedric, but you would expect that 100% commitment from both teams.
Well,
this is another chance once again. Vanash under pressure. And yet again, great commitment. No malice, of course, but a few sticks which have been flying about today.
Well, I think it's part of physical contest here in a match like this, where both teams are giving it all to try and get a victory. A bit of argy-bargy going on the ground, but the umpires have been quick to catch them on and give the cards, relevant cards.
Gonzalo Peña. Has had a relatively quiet game and normally does get involved, especially with those penalty corners, but haven't had too many occasions, and this time mistrapped from him, which allows Belgium to have possession, and they make the most of this now. If Argentina do find a third, then Belgium will be absolutely annoyed with themselves for having let slip this opportunity. 2-1 up at one stage and had that penalty corner, remember, in the closing stages of the first half. Since then, Argentina have put in a very good game effort. quick reminder, as we've been saying, you can conceivably lose your 3 games and then go on to win. How it works out is in the quarterfinals. The team from one pool which finishes top will play the team which finishes 4th. The team which finishes 2nd will play the team which finishes 3rd from the other, and so on and so forth. So from that point of view, you do want to finish top of the pool to try and get what might be considered a slightly easier quarterfinal. Oh, this time that's a great finish. And yet again, it's that man, Caglioni. He made it look so simple. It was a ball which fell loose for him. And how did he get that into the net? Well, the Belgian defenders will never know.
With a cross ball from, again, a long ball by Lopez, and a deflection of Lopez in the inner circle. Ball bobs up, and Caglioni just taps the ball inside the goal with an absolute brilliant presence of mind and with soft hands.
This has been a revelation about this Argentine team. They can marry their flair with some spectacular attempts, and this was the latest spectacular goal coming in from Facundo Caglioni, which now gives Argentina a 3-2 lead. So the 5th field goal of this match, and what that means is now Belgium are staring at their 2nd successive 2-3 scoreline if it stays this way. Argentina have been rewarded with some persistence, and it's worth noting that this has happened at a time when Sebastian Doquier is not on the pitch as a result of his yellow card received with about 12 minutes to go. So important to keep your discipline, so important to keep your shape, and on a few occasions today both teams have been punished for it. But Argentina have shown that never say die spirit, which was perhaps their biggest redeeming feature against Netherlands yesterday as well. Should be mentioned, there are a few experienced hands in this team, and they've stood up and been counted thus far in this competition. Once again, moving forward in good numbers, running out of gas in the end. They can smell it now. They can smell the sweet scent of victory if they can get there. And it's such a positive sign, isn't it, Cedric? 3 different scorers, and this man has been on the bench for a while now. This is the last minute of suspension. He will be off soon, or rather back on soon. But before he comes on, can Argentina put in a 4th here? Picked away by the Belgians. Felix deny it. Sending this one out for a long corner. Just doing it in the nick of time to prevent it from being a penalty corner against his team. Just a quick reminder, just about half an hour to go before Netherlands take on Australia. World number 3 against world number 2. That'll be a great game as well. Keeping up the entertainment, keeping up the aggression, and keeping up the quality that has been on display in these Hero Hockey World League finals. Argentina look like for a 2nd day in a row, Cedric, they'll make a mockery of the world rankings because they've come in as the lowest ranked team, but they played some good quality hockey on both days. This one was a bit more agricultural, but getting the job done yet again. Lopez.
Well, Argentina's played within their strengths. They've really played hard hockey, robust hockey in terms of their physical attitude towards the opposition, and they've been converting their chances whenever they get their chances in the circle. Especially the tip-in balls, especially the half chances. Really good stuff. the capital, a team in form.
Absolutely, the last engagement will be against Australia. The big question, will they go into it with 6 points? Oh, this was so close. He was sent in once again, and Tom Bone, who's looking for his hat-trick, came awfully close to getting the right kind of deflection.
Look at Tom Bone was actually marked very well, but I think what happened was the Argentine player slipped, and it would have gone to Tom Bone, and it would have been a goal for him also there. I think if you look at it, Vivaldi had also come out, as I say, he's a goalkeeper who comes out of the cage, so he had come out to smaller the angle also.
Belgium's last league, a pool engagement rather, will be against the Netherlands over on Monday. The worrying thing from their perspective is that they seem to be a little over-reliant, at least on the basis of these two games, on Tom Bone. Every time he gets into good positions, they look like they might come up with a goal, but nothing substantial coming through from the rest of the forward line. Give them, one would suggest, need to stand up and be counted in games to come, Cedric.
Well, definitely they need to get more players involved. Not only Tom Boone, you know, they've got some class. They've got players who have got caliber, and hockey's not about one player itself. Got to get a team effort inside.
This time the ball has been intercepted in midfield, once again looking for that long shot, and again it was Bone in the middle, and closer to the goal was Jeffrey Thays. Just couldn't finish it off though. Some anxious 3.5 minutes now for the Argentines. We saw yesterday at one stage they were quite happy to look to sit back on a 2-1 lead. It wasn't enough as it turned out at that stage, because Netherlands did come back to it and make it 2-2. But today, with just 3 minutes on the clock, they will probably be quite happy to retain possession and try and run the clock down a little bit if they can. Matthias Paredes, who's had a good game as well. On to the right, Pedro Ibarra. Such a strong man moving forward. He was the one who set the ball rolling, got their first goal. 3 outstanding individual efforts. Ibarra was all about skill and a bustling run which resulted in a reverse hit. Matthias Paredes also contributed a goal with a very clever touch right at the edge of the box. And then the last one was literally a goal which came out of nothing. Facundo Caglioni, for the second day in a row, catching the entire defense by surprise by just staying alert and staying aware of all the possibilities.
You want to change the goalkeeper when it's possible.
Yeah, hang on. You're gonna blow, sorry? Yeah, I'll blow. Play next match.
Belgium will look to take their goalkeeper off. And Dorian Thierry is standing by with the West, so he'll have goalkeeping privileges. They'll have 11 outfield players. Belgium are looking to throw everything at their opponents now.
Leave the helmet. You can leave the helmet. The whistle. Right.
So privileges of goalkeeping to Lupai in the bib, who has the ball now, sends it in. Oh, looking for a touch. And Vivaldi does a good job, and he's pumped about it too.
Well, again, a great ball inside by Lupier, and actually by namesake, Cedric deflected that ball inside the goal, but Vivaldi did a great job and spotted the ball and cleared it to safety.
This was that last move again. Vivaldi has really had an outstanding game. Terrific goalkeeping from the man under the bar for Argentina. In fact, it has to be said, it's been a very, very good team effort on both days. And they are definitely setting themselves up as being one of the teams to beat in this competition. Oh, they might have had a fourth here. Matthias Paredes getting very close to finding a second goal of the afternoon for his team. Well, if they happen to concede here, then Paredes will be kicking himself. But as it turns out, they have possession yet again. Can they find their fourth now? It is Paredes. He's happy to run the clock down. Oh, that's beautiful skills. Still has possession. Lucas Ray giving it away, but the last 30 seconds now. Can Belgium make the most of this? Good work from Tom Bone. loses out to a sea of albiceleste shirts. It's a final possible attack. It's also a free hit. They're looking for a referral here. Might as well do it while you have one in your hand.
Yes. They're going for a referral here. They reckon would you like to? They're going for a referral, saying it's deliberate. We're going to a video referral. You have a referral, Susan. You see the net going in the video? There, Andrew. You're saying it's false. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, they're saying it's a deliberate breach by the Argentinians to bring the Belgian player down in the 23, and they want a short corner.
And you thought it was an accidental tackle, yes?
Okay, can you have a look for us, then?
Yeah, I will do.
Just the captain? Just the captain?
Well, Cedric, you've been very good with your own interpretation of the referral so far. What do you think this time?
I think it was not a penalty corner. I think it was a mistake, but not deliberately done at all. I think he just tripped over a stick.
There is no clear reason to change your decision. The contact was accidental. Stay with your first decision.
Okay, so I'll just check. So it's incidental, so it's just a free hit like the original decision. It wasn't intentional.
Free hit compelled.
Okay.
Cedric is absolutely right, and it also means that in this battle of the Lions, there's only a second to go, so this is just the last academic act of this match. And in this battle of the Lions, it's Los Leones who have roared loudest. Has been a terrific performance, fighting performance from the South Americans. Went 1-0 down as early as the 5th minute, came back to make it 1-1 thanks to a fine effort from Pedro Ibarra. Then went 2-1 down. Both goals for Belgium tonight coming for Tom Bone. And then 2 goals in the last 20 minutes. First from Matthias Paredes, an opportunistic strike right at the edge of the penalty area. And then there was a goal from Facundo Caglioni, which literally came out of thin air as the ball fell free for him. The Belgians are disappointed, but Argentina have now clocked 2 wins on the trot to continue their march to the top of Pool B in the Hero Hockey World League final. It's been a very, very entertaining encounter, and Argentina in the end have been rewarded for some hard work. The Belgian fans, for the moment, a little disappointed with the way things have turned out for 2 games in a row. 3-2 scorelines on both days against them, once against Australia and now against the world number 11 team, the top-ranked Pan Americans. It's finished here at Major Dhyanchand's Stadium. Belgium 2, Argentina 3. Really has been a terrific performance right from front to back. Juan Vivaldi, what a hero he was in goal. Made a few outstanding interventions, especially in the first half at a stage when Belgium were looking to press on and continue with their advantage. Remember, they were 2-1 ahead at one stage. In fact, with 20 minutes to go and a 2-1 advantage, it looked like the Europeans could perhaps just nick this one over. But Argentina showing a lot of resolve, the way that they hung in there and made sure they got those 3 points for themselves. Belgians had the better of the support, but Argentina had the better of, much like yesterday, making sure that they made the most of their chances. That was something that Cedric pointed out as well, and even Simon Mason in commentary applauded them for, and it's happened for the 2nd day in a row. So Argentina doing rather well. This is how the second half panned out. Early on, a couple of chances there, but some outstanding goalkeeping from Juan Vivaldi. This was the first goal, though, the one which brought things back on parity. With 20 minutes to go, Matthias Paredes getting at the end of another typical long ball coming in from Juan Martin Lopez. And the first touch didn't come in from Lucas Villa, but Paredes was just behind him to make sure that he got across to it. And look at this. This literally came out of the blue. Another long ball from Lopez. Takes the stick of Lupai, and an extremely good finish from Facundo Caglioni. And look at the reaction from the Argentine bench. They didn't expect that, but they were hoping for it, and it came through. So Caglioni turning out to be the wizard, the magician for the 2nd day in a row. This was another long ball right at the end where Matthias Paredes could have made it 4-2. This was a stage when Vincent Van Asch had been taken off as goalkeeper, but they just couldn't quite finish off. So Argentina have posted their second victory in a row, and one gets the impression that perhaps the hero man of the match will also be wearing a white and blue shirt. Let's go down to Michael Absalom.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to the Hero Man of the Match presentation. Alongside me from Argentina, I have Coco Budejski. He is the president of the Pan Am Hockey Federation and FIH representative. And we have today's Man of the Match as well with us from Argentina, Juan Martin Lopez. He will now be presented with the Man of the Match award by Coco and a cheque for 25,000 rupees. And we'll have a quick chat as well and get his thoughts on the game. So first of all, Rato, as you're known back home, great comeback, 2-1 down at half-time, and you went on to win the game 3-2.
Yeah, and I think we play in a very good level, so we have to prepare the match with Australia, and then we will see which match we have to play.
Wins against the Netherlands, wins against Belgium, you're top of the pool, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's important, but we know that the important match is after the match of Australia, so we are very happy for this moment.
Okay, enjoy the day off, and we'll see you back here against Australia in a couple of days.
Thank you very much.
So carrying on with the good form shown in Johor Bahru in round 3, Argentina have gone top of the table thanks to an outstanding performance. The numbers bearing out how well they fought back in that second half. 20 circle penetrations to 13. Lesser possession in the opposition half, but making the most of those 10 shots with 3 goals. Belgium were in there for most of it. Argentina slightly more indisciplined in terms of what they did with 5 cards, 3 yellows. That's something perhaps which Carlos Retakes will have a close look at the end of this game. So Belgium losing out on 2 days in a row, and that will put them under a little bit of pressure in terms of what they need to do through the rest of this competition, at least in the pool stages. They are now 3rd and still only behind, or ahead of Netherlands only on goal difference, but Netherlands will be up next and will have a chance to rectify that. Just a quick reminder also, we are on Facebook, FI Hockey, and also on Twitter at FIH_hockey, and you can share your thoughts about this Hero Hockey World League Finals with the hashtag HHWL, and that will just make sure that we stay up to date with what you think. Well, just a short while from now, in fact, a little over 15 minutes from now, it's going to be Netherlands against Australia. The battle of the big boys is up next in Pool B. Make sure you join us for that one. Promises to be a cracker. So that will be the big match coming up. But for the moment, the big news is as far as Argentina are concerned. 2 victories on the trot. First against the world number 3 Netherlands, and today against world number 5 Belgium, which has taken them top of the tree in Pool B. 6 points and some good individual performances, just like it was yesterday. Juan Martin Lopez, the hero man of the match for their victory. Join us soon for Netherlands against Australia.